Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, so May, June 2024, I'm going to do this, paper 3, variant 1. And in this video, I'm going to cover task 1, evidence on task 2, which is the spreadsheet task. And first of all, you need to have these files, of course, in your folder. Let me check here. These are the files that need to be done. And these are the files needed for the whole paper. And let's start with evidence, the simplest part, which is creating a word process document, making sure that your name and informations are put somewhere, either in the header or the footer, and then it should be saved with this file name. And to do so, I'm just going to create a new Word document, immediately change the file name, e.g. 001999, and my information, I always prefer to do it in the header. You can do it in the footer, it's up to you. So I put my information, Muhammad Mustafa, and EG 001 and 9999. Okay, and then save, and we're going to use this later. Okay, in task 2 now, which is the spreadsheet, we need to open and examine this file, which is divers. So I'll find this file. This is the divers. Okay, and make sure that you fix so everything is visible here. And this file will be used in step 2. Do not make any changes. Okay, and let's open another file, which is Splendid as well. So where is Splendid? This is Splendid, and fix it. I think this is the main files that we need to use. And row 9 to 32 will show the number of sighting of the Splendid toadfish on each reef for 1 week in February. Row 35 onward shows the details for sighting. Place your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer, and it should be left aligned. Okay, so to go to the footer, I'll go here, and then I'll just go down there, find my footer, put my name, center number, and candidate number there. Click here, go back normal view. Okay, that's it. Place automated file name with no file path on the right in the footer. So we need the file name only. Go back again, repeat the same thing, go to the footer, right align, and this time we need the file name only without the path. Okay, and that's it, and go back. What else? We need to save this file with a new name, which is Splendid, followed by your center number and candidate number, and you need to save it as a spreadsheet, which is very important, so that whenever we create formulas in the future, we will not lose them if we close the file. So make sure that you save with a different name and put the center number, and then change it from a CSV into Excel workbook, and now the formulas will retain and will not lose them. Question number 2, place a replicable formula in C35 to look up the type of the diver using their name and the external file divers, which we opened it already there. So where is C35, this is C, and this is 35, which is a type here, and we need to find what exactly. We need to look up the type of diver from this file using the name. Okay, so if we look at the file first to look whether we will use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, then the file is a vertical file, so we're going to use VLOOKUP for this, and this is the name, and this is the type of diver, and a normal VLOOKUP will be used, so equal VLOOKUP. The question says use the name, so I'm going to use the name, comma, I'm going to go to the file, and I'm going to select my file, the 3 columns here, and I need to return the type, which is in column 1, 2, 3. So, comma, the column index will be 3 because I need the type, comma, and I'll find the names exactly and enter and now we have it. Okay, replicate this formula for all divers with pleasure. Double click and make sure that there is no any kind of error here. Next, place in cell B3 a formula to count the total number of sightings for a 7-day period. Now, since they say that to count the total number, that means it should be count, but let's look whether we need for all of them or some of them only. So whereas B3 count the number of sightings in 7 days, so we need to count them all, and since they are actually letters, I'm going to use counter, which is used for letters, and I'm going also to use the names since I use them in the VLOOKUP just for consistency, and we have 41. In cell B4 now, we need to use a formula to count again the total number of sightings, however this time only where photograph was taken. That means now we have a condition which is photograph was taken. So that means the function I'm going to use is a COUNTIF. So using the COUNTIF, where is the range where photograph has been taken or not? This is the range, so I'll select this range here, comma, and then they will ask me for the criteria. The criteria is yes whenever the photograph has been taken, and I'll put it between quotations. Okay, so now only the where photograph has been taken, which is 34 sighting. And in B5 we need to count again the total number of sightings also for the 7-day period where a photograph was taken that held the GPS location of the fish. So that means we have two conditions here. Photograph is yes, and GPS also is yes. Okay, so we have two conditions here. That means we're going to use this time COUNTIFs. So let's say COUNTIFs since we have more than one criteria. And the criteria range 1, the criteria range 1 is photo has been done. So where is it? Here, photograph. This is my first criteria, first range, and the criteria for this range will be a photograph has been taken, so I'll put yes, comma, where is the criteria range 2? The criteria of the second one is that GPS should be yes, so where is the range where GPS is yes and no? This is the range, so this one will be your range, comma, what should be written there? Also yes. As you can see now, whenever you use COUNTIFs, you have more than one range and more than one criteria. And in this case, we have two. Done, and we have only 30. And place a replicable formula, this time in B9, to display the number of sightings at this reef where a photograph with GPS was taken. Now we have three criteria. We need a number of sightings for the reef, which is criteria number 1. Photograph has been taken, yes. GPS was taken, yes. So we have three criteria, 1, 2, and 3, and we are also going to use a COUNTIFs. Okay, which is here, and this is the reef. And then we're going to replicate it for the rest of them. So again, I'm going to use COUNTIFs since I have more than one criteria, and this now I have three criteria. The first criteria is for only this reef, where the range for the reef name is here, as you can see. This is where the reef has been mentioned, and remember that I'm going to replicate, so anything not with me in the same row should be locked. That means I'm just going to lock this range since it's not with me in the same row, comma, and the criteria is find the reef, comma. What about the criteria range 2? And range 2 is photograph has been taken, so I'll just take this as the range, and remember we need to lock it as well, comma, and it should be yes. Okay, comma, criteria range 3 where GPS is also there, so I'll select GPS and I'm going to lock it as well. Remember, it's not with me in the same row, and criteria will also be yes. Okay, and since all of them are locked, I can now safely replicate for the rest of them. Let's look, replicate for each and every reef. So let's replicate it, and it's good. Next, format the top of your spreadsheet so that it looks like this. So Splendid Toadfish sighting should be merged across A and B. This one is merged. And it looks like bigger in font. Okay, do I have the font here? Let me double check first. Okay, the font size of the text in row 1, 22 points, okay. So row 1 font should be 22 points. Okay, and it looks like it's, yes, bold. And as you can see, we have borders here, and we have some borders here as well. So let's do the borders while we're here. So I'm just going to select border. Actually, these are full borders here. GPS until Shop Monaco. Let me see. Yeah, all of them. Okay. And what do we have? These are right aligned, as you can see here. So just move these and make them right aligned, and push this a little bit here so they appear. And location of this photo and GPS reef name should be bold. These two are actually bold, and they are center aligned, isn't it? Yes. Number of sighting is also bold, and it's wrapped. Okay, so just move it like this, make sure that center aligned. Yep, number of, and then sighting. Okay, and bold. Nice. And these are center aligned. Everything is center aligned here. Okay, and these are right aligned. Okay, and look for this space here to see that how much space you need here. This is a very small space. Yeah, it's a very small space here. So I think so far we're good. Okay, did we forget anything? No. Okay, now let's go for question 8. Select only cells A1 to C75 and print showing the formulas. So until C75, where is C75? This is C75, and from A1, so just go like this, and we need to go and select print. Now what we need, make sure that it's a landscape, and rows and columns should be displayed. So I'll change this one into landscape, and always, since we're using a normal laser printer, make sure that this one is also A4, and the margins you are using is narrow. And now we need to make sure that the rows and columns appears, which we do it from here, page setup. You go sheet, rows and columns, and here you go, we have 3 nice papers. But we need to display the formula, don't forget. So we go where formula, show formula, and now we have the formula in this range that we selected. But remember that sometimes the formulas are not complete, you need to fix your sheet. So just double click like this, and everything now is possible. As you can see, you can of course do it from here. You can click on the corner and click between A and B only, and everything will be fixed at once. You don't have to do them manually, column by column. Just click on the corner, click between any separation between A and B or C and D, double click, and everything will take the place. And then again, let's select the range we need for the formula until 75, and we have already provided all the options here that we need. And now in the formula, looks nice, and we have 6 pages now, and the footer also appears. So I'm going to just print it, and I'm going to store it as formula print, since I don't have an actual printer here. So I'll just print it as a PDF documents. If you go to your folder, you'll find it. This is it. This is my print now. As you can see, simulation of a printer, which is nice. Okay, now in 9, select row 1 to 8 inclusive, and only rows between 9 and 32 where a sighting took place. Now, where a sighting took place, that means from row 9 and 32, we need only to show where it is has a value. So first of all, let me get rid of my formula, fix my sheet again. Remember, this is how you fix the sheet again, and I'll just make sure that this one also is back into wrapped again. Remember that this one should be wrapped. This one is, just make it center aligned. And so we need to print this inclusive, and then this is also, however, so the citing took place. So citing took place, that means we need only to show where it's greater than 0. So I'll click here to filter this part of the data, and click filter here. Okay, let me select the whole range here and click filter, select this number, and then it should be greater than 0. Do I need evidence for this? Take a screenshot method you use to select these rows. Okay, we need evidence, and we'll put it under step 9 evidence. So before I click OK here, I'm just going to put it like this is my evidence. Okay, and click OK, as you can see now, and I'm going to go here and say step 9 evidence, and this is the criteria I've used. Okay, print the selection showing this time the values. It should be single portrait, and the rows column headings also displayed. So it should be portrait. So I'll go like this, and I'll go, and remember that we need only this range, so I'll select only this part here from 1 up to 25 here, and I'll go print, and it should be portrait, and it should not be the active sheet, it should be only the selection or the part we need here now. Okay, rows and columns are there, everything looks fine, and I'm going to print it, and this is print number 9. Okay, that one was, there was, yes, print number 9, and I was saying value print. Okay, and hit OK. If you go to your folder, you can also find it. In the exam, of course, you will print it using a real printer. And that's it for this. Next, now we're going to go to do task 3 and task 4, and you will find that I've done them in a separate video. Thank you for viewing, and I will see you later.